Welcome to Savvy Home Sellers. Today we have something special. I'm going to interview Laura again about how to save money and sell faster with home staging. My name is Nikki. I'm a realtor here in Huntington Beach, California.
Hey, I'm Laura Palacios, stager and realtor in Southern California.
Awesome. So I wanted to interview you today because you did have a staging yesterday, and for me looking at you, because I'm not a stager, for me looking at you, you get so pumped, you get so fired up, you get so energized. So you're definitely in the right field because it gives you energy.
It does.
So I want to know how do you start your day? What does your process look like? Give us insight
staging
into
day.
your brain.
On staging day.
Yes, start with your dreams.
Well, oh my gosh, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That I do dream about my stagings before they happen, and sometimes similar things will happen during the staging day, and I get deja vu. It's a regular thing that happens, so it's kind of a funny little quirky thing. But so I think about every room. So once someone has said, "Yes, Laura, I'd love you to stage my home," and now we have a plan of action, whether it's 2 days away or it's 2 weeks away. I go pretty quick in the process of scanning every wall, and by that time I will have taken pictures of every room.
Yeah.
So I look at every single wall and I start making a list of everything that's going to go in that house, in that room.
And she takes photos and then draws on her camera, like where she's going to put pictures or pillows or.
I put my ideas right quickly, as I take the picture. Sometimes, well, especially if the staging's in 2 days, I know that that's my last chance to be in the house and do measurements. So I will take a picture, measure, put in the measurement, and put in like a little table or a picture of a mirror or something like that.
Do you take measurements and then like, oh, I have a couch, like you already have your couch, like you have a million couches, so do you have them all memorized? Like, how do you know?
Oh, that's a good. I have pictures of all the stagings I do, so I know what stagings I have out and what stagings I have in my inventory, and so I can go back and refer to the stagings I've had.
And you talk a lot about like balance, creating balance. Tell us about that. What does that even mean?
Yeah, the balance I would say is when you're looking at a picture, I kind of see a room the way that the picture is going to see the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to clutter all of the walls.
Yeah.
Because then it looks too busy and your eye is actually going to go into that. I want the picture to have enough room to where you can notice that the furniture is nice, but you can still see the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You can still see the walls and the ceiling fan, that nothing is distracting from the features of the house.
Right.
That we're only amplifying the features of the house.
My next question was just going to be along those same lines of, you've talked about showcasing the home, right? And that's one thing that I think makes you special or stands out. It makes you stand out as a stager, is showcasing that home. So tell us, how do you do that? Like, how do you go, I have a couch, I have a rug, I have a this, I have a that, but I need to showcase, like, what is that process in your mind?
I start by identifying the style of the home, whether it's a farmhouse style or it's contemporary. A lot of that has to do with the year it was built,
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of windows it has,
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of fixtures, like the ceiling fans. And so, what is the style of the house? And then I start there and then look at pieces that I have in my inventory that work with that style.
Yeah.
And most of the things I have, because it's staging, they're pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Because I stage in Huntington Beach, I have a lot of coastal stuff. So
beachy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if there's just a showcase fireplace,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to start there and work my way backwards.
Okay.
So I want to show the most importance to those features, because that's going to be what actually sells the home.
Really, this is staging your home, how to save money and sell faster. How do you do that?
So we want to figure out first what are the key rooms in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a living room. Do you have one living room or do you have two living rooms? Mm-hmm. And so you can make a decision there. Hey, I want to save money.
Right.
So I just want to stage the main living room, and then the other living room, we could just put a plant in the corner, like a chair and a plant, just to kind of make it look staged, but with saving the most amount of money.
Right.
We also want to stage a primary bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
and that's necessary.
Right.
But you might be able to save money not staging the other rooms.
Yeah.
Keep the rooms open. And people are going to be walking through open houses, and then they're going to be able to use their imagination.
Yeah.
People don't have great imaginations though. So the
Mhm.
more you leave to the imagination, the more questions
Yeah.
they're going to have, and the more doubt they could have.
I agree with you. I think that it's like, let's say it's a 5-bedroom house. You stage the primary suite, and then a bedroom's a bedroom, a bedroom's a bedroom, a bedroom's a bedroom. It's like, okay, we don't need a lot of imagination to go bed, 2 nightstands,
Right.
or bed and the lamp or something. So I
Right.
agree with that. Like, let those other rooms be bedrooms. But you've talked about the office. Tell us
Yes.
more about that.
So if we have the choice, then we could do a primary bedroom, a guest bedroom, and then the third bedroom should be an office.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are working from home now.
Yeah.
And we are seeing that they come through the open
Mhm.
house, and they're going to want to know, where does my TV go?
Right.
Where's my office space going to be?
Right.
Where are the kids going to be doing their homework?
Yeah.
So that is important to show them.
Yeah.
Spell it out.
And behind the scenes too, you've talked about the flow. Like, tell us what you mean by that. Like,
Okay.
what is the flow? Like, what does that mean when you're staging a home? And what does that mean for that buyer that walks in?
I had a mover just stop and just stare at me for a little while, because I was like, I was measuring how far I wanted chairs to be from like the counter. And so I just go like this, because that's about 2 feet. So I'm just like walking around the house like this and like this. And then he's just like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just making sure that there's like a good, because when you pull out a chair, you want there to be space, 2 feet, 1 foot for the chair to come out, and 1 foot for you to be able to walk behind it.
Right.
So these little standards of measurement of what you do in space is so important.
Right.
So, and I want to make sure that I can walk from here to the hallway without having to go around things. I need to be able to go from here to the front door. So anywhere where there's like a walk through space, you want it to be open. I do my very best to keep that as a standard.
Yeah. What is the funnest part of your job?
A staging day, it's putting all the little stuff out. I mean, by the time I get to my favorite part, I have packed a truck. We've moved all of the stuff out of the truck into the house, up and down stairs. We're exhausted.
Have you ever done a 4-story?
We did that today. I finished a 4-story staging, which, I knew to add extra time. I knew that I would need the extra labor. I knew that. But you cannot anticipate being on the 4th floor and you're like, darn it, I need my scissors. And you go all the way down. You're
like, let's do a pulley system.
Yeah. That's what I said. If I lived here, I would have a pulley system basket that goes just from the top to the bottom. But
that was a really cool home.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Talk to us about reusing the homeowner's items.
Yes, I really enjoy reusing the homeowner's items. First of all, it gives the staging a different its own personality, and it can save my clients tons of money. Yeah. If I don't have to bring in a couch and dining table and heavy items, then that's good. I'm going to get done faster. I'm going to need less labor, and that's just a great way to save money.
I think that's a great tip for saving money. And then what about timing and scheduling? Like, doesn't that save you money?
It definitely does. I mean, the sooner you call your stager, or your realtor. Well, sometimes people are a little late on the staging game. Like, they think that mine is the last step, and they didn't incorporate me in the planning, and that's a big mistake. Yeah. Because if you include me early, then I can start holding items for your staging, and I don't care if it's in 2 weeks, if it's in a month, I will plan accordingly, but it helps me plan and put stuff away for your staging. Yeah. As opposed to calling me last minute and I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
And now I got to go shopping.
Now I got to, oh yeah.
Which is super fun, but costly.
I cannot shop anymore, but I always will. It's always, okay, shopping is one of my favorite parts of my job.
Right. That's why I'm like, but it's costly.
Costly. And I have a lot of inventory. I have about 11 houses worth of inventory now, and it just keeps growing.
That's great. I love it. So this video is staging your home, how to save money and sell faster. Definitely bring your stager, bring your realtor in early on your project. I know Laura and I can both consult on any repairs, any painting, anything that you need to have done to your home that's going to bring you a really good ROI. Getting it staged, planning ahead, those are all things that are going to save you money. right? And then she talked about not staging every room and then reusing the homeowner's items. I think those are really, really good tips. No, I hope this video has been helpful for you, especially as you think about putting your home on the market. And it also shows a little bit behind the scenes as far as what Laura does, what the realtor does to help you. Like, we're here to help.
We're so excited about your project and what you would like to accomplish this year. Call us and we will come help you.
And thanks again for supporting our channel. Like and subscribe. Share this channel with your friends, family, neighbors, anyone who's thinking about selling. See you next time. See you soon. Hey, thank you for including savvy home sellers in your next home selling project.
See you next time for more information on how to get your home ready to sell.
Like and subscribe.
And follow us for more savvy home seller content.
See you soon.